Aloha, and welcome to UHMTV, a news production brought to you by the journalism students from UH Manoa's School of Communications. I'm Ryan Ledspike.
And I'm Sheena Loshiro. Thanks for joining us. Follow us as we share stories of Hawaii, and a little later we'll talk story with the first U.S. Senator of Native Hawaiian ancestry, Daniel Keakaka.
One of the biggest debates taking place in Hawaii these days is about energy. We have the highest electricity prices in the country and the greatest reliance on imported oil.
The state's goal is to transition to renewable energy, but as Ana Giliberti shows us, these projects can create controversy.
The proposed project by Alpha Wind Energy calls for placement of 50 floating wind turbines 12 miles off Kaena Point on Oahu's North Shore.
What they're doing is radical in nature. The idea of having a floating platform is a very new concept. None of them have been tested at the depths that are being proposed off Kaena.
But many North Shore residents feel that there are too many wind farm projects here already, such as the one at Waimea Valley, where in 2011, 30 wind turbines were installed.
It just seems really counterintuitive to have spent so much time and effort establishing and restoring the habitat out there for albatross and shearwaters and put in a bunch of wind turbines offshore, which will impact those populations.
Ultimately, whether you're talking about a wind farm offshore or onshore or geothermal in the Big Island or anywhere, I mean, all the different energy projects have to keep a balance with what the community there wants.
So I think the question really is, can we power the state with renewables that are produced here in an environmentally and cost-effective manner?
The $1.6 billion offshore wind energy project is still pending approval from the Hawaii's Bureau of Ocean Energy Management.
Energy may be the least of your worries if you don't even have a place to live. Meakilia Previch Liu shows us how one church in Honolulu is helping its homeless neighbors.
Make me wholly devoted to you. It is a cry of my heart.
Volunteers at the First United Methodist Church serve breakfast every Sunday morning to about 200 homeless people. The intention is to give not just food, but a nurturing environment.
For me, listening to the message first thing in the morning is a great start for my day. I'm here for the message because I'm here for the balance spiritually.
While lawmakers work on long-term solutions to our homeless and affordable housing issues, churches like First United Methodist are stepping in.
The thing that goes along with political action is compassion. We need people to understand that these are our brothers and sisters on the street. They're having a really hard time. They're not there on purpose. They don't want to live this life, but they are struggling, and we need to give help.
I had a addictive drug habit. Now I'm in treatment, and I just want to change my lifestyle.
Volunteers find helping the homeless rewarding, but also heartbreaking.
It's okay when they're adult people, but when you see the children, the family, the single mom with their kids coming, and they're looking at the food, it looks like that's the food they have for the first time. So it's really helped. I enjoy with the team we work with. We enjoy serving the people.
Learn about how you can help by visiting the First United Methodist Church website.
Wow, that truly is the Aloha spirit. Yes, Hawaii is called the Aloha State, but what does Aloha really mean? Lovely Hiley shares how Hollywood's portrayal of the Aloha spirit may be sending the wrong message.
Kahi, lua, koluminasan wa aloha.
Aloha is one of the most common words in Hawaii, but perhaps one of the most misunderstood. Every year, about 5 million people visit our islands hoping that the films they've enjoyed will guide them to the true meaning of aloha.
We're in Waikiki to ask visitors what aloha means to them.
Aloha means hello and love.
Hello, goodbye, and of course, love.
Have fun and welcome and enjoy.
Everyone we talked to said they learned about aloha through films like 50 First Dates, Just Go With It, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and of course, the simply titled Aloha. Then, What is the true definition of aloha?
Alo is front to front. So I face you front to front like this. Right? Ha is my breath. My breath is my life, my essence, my soul, my being, everything I am.
How do locals react when Hollywood takes on Hawaiian language and culture?
I don't think that these films can be used as tools for educating people about Hawaiian culture. That's like taking the movie Hangover and using it to teach people who are not American about American culture. I think Hollywood thinks that Hawaii can just be used to make money, portrayed in the way that they want to portray it instead of how it actually is.
To denote hello, goodbye, love, really denigrates it. The meaning of aloha is so much deeper and so much richer than that.
When we come back, we'll look at news about the environment and whether Oahu's plastic bag ban is living up to its intended purpose.
And we'll find out what may be more dangerous than sharks. All that and more on UHMTV.
Looking for a career in politics,
social work,
or communications?
Then the College of Social Sciences at UH Manoa is
your choice
for higher education.
Offering more than a dozen degrees from anthropology to women's studies
and much more in between,
the College of Social Sciences has what you've been looking for.
Find your future.
Welcome back to UHMTV. Hurricane season has officially ended.
But with El Nino in full effect, experts say we could still see out-of-season storms in a drier winter. Alden Alavila has the forecast.
UH Manoa researchers say this year's El Nino is the strongest event since 1997, changing the weather patterns here in Hawaii.
In January, we expect that the entire situation will change and we're getting much more drought conditions. So the normal winter rain season is going to be very different.
El Nino is the warming of the eastern equatorial Pacific. Along with the northeastern Pacific warming, both events extend conditions that cause hurricane generation beyond regular hurricane season.
Really, the entire seasonal cycle has shifted as a result of these conditions. So from this point of view, I would expect that there is maybe an extension of the hurricane season far beyond the end of November date.
December marks the peak of El Nino, which will gradually weaken in summer and be replaced by La Nina, drought conditions followed by heavy winter rains.
Although not as strong as El Nino, La Nina is expected to last about 1 to 3 years. Furthermore, the impacts of El Nino are likely to intensify in the future as a result of greenhouse warming.
Humankind has been pouring out CO2, carbon dioxide, as a byproduct of industry for the last 100 years or so.
An El Nino in the year 2080 may cause stronger ocean currents and extreme sea level changes. So when you notice the unusual weather this winter, you'll know El Nino is to blame.
When it comes to natural disasters, most people have a safety plan. But what about the animals at the Honolulu Zoo? Avon Santiago looked into the plan to protect the animals.
This is Roger. Roger is one of the ruffed lemurs living in the Honolulu Zoo. Like many of his neighbors, Roger doesn't know what would happen if his home got hit with a hurricane or tsunami. Luckily, zookeepers have a plan in case of a disaster.
If you're near the animal, you would lock them in if possible. And then you yourself would get off the property and we would evacuate immediately to one of the hotels.
The zookeepers would then make sure the cages were locked up. With the animals secured, the best case scenario would be for the water to drain out, leaving the animals unharmed. But according to zoo officials, that's not always a sure thing.
We don't know, and that's my honest opinion. A lot of them we think may actually make it.
With the damage that a disaster causes, like debris and collapsed structures, the zoo also can ask for help from outside organizations to help aid in the recovery. One of those organizations is the Hawaii National Guard. With their location right here on Diamond Head Road, officials say they are ready to help out the zoo in case a disaster strikes.
If the Honolulu Zoo did have a lot of damage to it, the
Honolulu mayor would ask the governor, say, hey, I need help with the Honolulu Zoo. Can I get help, governor? The capabilities that the Guard would bring to the table would be security. We'd keep people away, hopefully keep the animals in, and we can also do lots of debris clearance and make the zookeepers' jobs a lot easier.
The zoo hopes they won't have to respond to a disaster anytime soon, but if they do, they will be ready.
With the recent spike in shark attacks in Hawaii, some are wondering if our waters are safe. Stevie Gregorios asked the experts.
10:30 in the morning of October 9th, a surfer is bitten by a 13-foot tiger shark just off the north shore of Oahu. Days later, while swimming to shore from the Mokulua Islands in Kailua, another man is bitten by a tiger shark. Then, on October 28th, yet another shark attack. This time, a 10-year-old boy was bit at Makaha Beach Park. With 7 attacks so far this year, are Oahu beaches still safe?
Now, if the shark is determined to be aggressive and of a particular size, I believe it's larger than 8 feet, we will post shark warning signs. And that means we want to let the public know that there has been a sighting. They need to take extreme caution, and it's up to them whether or not they're going to go in and out of the water.
Signs like these have been posted from Waikiki to the North Shore warning swimmers of the shark sightings. However, some swimmers think it is still worth the risk.
I guess I've been around the ocean enough to know that the sharks are always there. And the fact that there's heightened activity just, I don't know, maybe it's stupid, but I guess it doesn't affect me too much. I still want to go in the ocean.
Lifeguards advise that all surfers and swimmers are always aware of their surroundings, always swim with a buddy, and of course advise lifeguards if they see any shark activity.
Well, it is a rare occurrence. Sharks do live in the water. It is their home, and we are always taking a risk when we go into the ocean.
If you're still afraid of sharks, consider this. There's something that causes more deaths than shark attacks, and it might be in your pocket.
There's something dangerous lurking here. Something almost everyone is afraid of. Something known to kill. But the real threat might not be what you'd expect.
We're talking about selfies.
In 2015, there have been more deaths related to selfies than sharks. According to Shark Attack reports, there have been 9 deaths from sharks and 12 from selfies worldwide.
Coconut trees kill more people than sharks. The more people in New York, according to public health records, bite other people than sharks do worldwide. So that's pretty crazy.
It would seem these selfie takers have more to fear from their front-facing cameras than by Jaws.
No. Listen to this. There has been 9 deaths by sharks this year and 12 deaths by selfies.
Oh my goodness, by selfies.
Hey, statistics are going to say selfies, but I'm going to say sharks personally, but I will go with selfies.
The selfie thing, everybody around here's got a selfie stick and pays absolutely no attention to what they're doing on the island of Oahu.
These deaths by selfies could have been sparked by the Selfie Olympics, an online competition that started on Twitter where people compete to have the most outrageous selfie. This event has led to the ban of selfie sticks in places such as Disneyland and our very own Aloha Stadium. So next time you're wondering if it's safe to go in the water, remember, the bigger threat could be from your smartphone.
Oahu's plastic bag ban has been in effect for only a few months. Environmentalists are already concerned that it may not be helping. Yeva Bitutaite has the story.
On July 1st, 2015, the Oahu plastic bag ban went into effect. Yet, sights of plastic are still too common, in the streets and canals and in stores.
The Oahu plastic bag ban has several loopholes that allow for thicker plastic bags to be used, compostable plastic bags for food and drinks.
The problem with reusable plastic bags is that they easily rip and are rarely reused.
3 years ago, council members voted on Bill 10 here at the Kapolei Hale, with only one council member voting in opposition and dozens of organizations offering their strong support.
Other cities in the U.S. found that a ban on single-use plastics showed an increase in heavy-duty plastic waste. The ban's effects are too early to see in Oahu, but critics are predicting a similar outcome. So, is having a faulty ban better than no ban at all? Different environmental organizations disagree.
Sometimes no ban at all is better than having a flawed plastic bag ban. And that's because once you've got a ban passed, it's very hard to go back to lawmakers and ask them to re-look at a law.
I absolutely do think having a flawed ban is better than having no ban at all. And it's really, really hard for me to imagine not having a bag ban right now and having to wait even longer.
While council members, legislators, and various organizations work on patching up the loopholes, there's something everyone can do to help reduce plastic waste.
Number one thing is being consciously aware of your choices, because every time you shop, you are voting.
To do your part in closing up the loopholes, bring your own reusable bag the next time you shop.
When we return, we'll sit down with U.S. Senator Daniel Keakaka and learn about his inspirational life and personal philosophy.
And we'll hear this former teacher's advice for students. Welcome back to UHMTV. Daniel Keakaka never expected to go to Washington, D.C.
It was a chance encounter that led him first to Hawaii State Capitol and then to the U.S. Senate. Alden Alavila sat down with him for a one-on-one interview.
Aloha, Senator.
Aloha, Alden. Aloha, kakahiaka.
It's a pleasure to have you back at your alma mater.
Oh, it's wonderful to be back in Hawaii, to be back at the University of Hawaii.
School teacher, soldier, politician. Was your love for Hawaii and the love of your family the reason why you stayed and went to school at UH Manoa?
Yes, I wanted to be educated in Hawaii, and I was. And so all of my university degrees were from Hawaii, UH. The experience I had in the military and all, and the benefits I got from there really helped me, because I came to the university on the GI Bill. And so the GI Bill took me all the way through.
Speaking of Hawaii students, You have any words of wisdom for our recent graduates?
Yes. From the first day I went into Congress and thinking of giving service to people, helping people, coming from Hawaii and being brought up the way I was, I made a decision that I was going to be an example of aloha.
Well, Senator, mahalo for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. We'd like to wish you a warm and fond aloha and the best in your retirement years.
Well, thank you very much, Eldon. I appreciate this opportunity of chatting with you, and thank you for being so nice in asking me about some things that are precious to me, and with the hope that my life and the things I've done and will be able to help others to feel that each of us have a reason to be on earth and to try to be as helpful as we can to others, and of course to begin with our families and others as well.
Mahalo nui loa.
Mahalo, and God bless you, Eldon, and all the things that you do, you and your family.
What an inspiration. So much aloha. And speaking of aloha, what makes Hawaii, well, Hawaii?
Coming up next, we'll look at some of the cultural characteristics that make our island home special.
From the state capital to the nation's capital, Manoa Political Internships will help you find your future.
But just being in that atmosphere was just a lot different from Hawaii, and it's just a really great experience.
And it was a good way to learn about just how the government runs and how it affects you every day.
If I had the time, I would do it again.
Work with top government leaders, get paid, and receive full-time credit.
Manoa Political Internships at the College of Social Sciences. Apply today and find your future.
Welcome back to UHMTV. The University of Hawaii at Manoa recently debuted a new master's degree in Hawaiian theater.
Brad Dell shows us why the creation of this program is a milestone, not only for Hawaii, but for the world as well.
Kennedy Theater at UH Manoa debuted its first play performed entirely in Olelo, Hawaii, the Hawaiian language, this spring. The play was considered to be an introduction for the Master's in Fine Arts Hawaiian Theater degree.
So our Hawaiian Theater program is a new program that includes various types of traditional Hawaiian performance and the modern or contemporary use of hanakiaka on the stage, where we put together the different traditional performance forms with dialogue and create hanakiaka, or Hawaiian medium theater.
This degree is not only a milestone for the University of Hawaii, it is also the first Indigenous Peoples graduate theater degree in the world. The program includes classes in acting, Pacific theater, Hawaiian studies, hula, and chanting.
But you don't have just the olelo, you don't have just hula, you don't have just carving or just, all these different compartments that are separated. But in hanakiaka, you're actually bringing all those things together. This is definitely a start of that movement of not just trying to be Hawaiian, but you're actually living, breathing, speaking, and doing Hawaiian.
For more information about the degree, visit manoa.hawaii.edu/liveonstage. Reporting for UHMTV, this is Brad Dell.
Taro planting, net fishing, and poi pounding are just a few ways a new Kahalu'u church is integrating the Hawaiian culture with their Baptist faith. Amber Khan explains.
2 years ago, Ikaika and Stacy Higa moved to Kahalu'u with a mission to create a Baptist church with Hawaiian culture integration. They hope to call it Hamama Community Church.
Well, the purpose of Hamama Community Church is to make disciples by preaching the gospel to everyone, mentoring those who believe into full maturity, And the vision of Hamama Community Church is we are followers of Christ, but Hawaiian in practice.
The Higas volunteer at Kahaluhu Elementary School, hold weekly Bible studies at their house, and work for the Key Project here at the Community Center.
We teach them how to kind of embrace their culture. We've taken them to the lo'i and they learn how to plant the kalo and weed the patches and harvest the kalo. So they're involved in the whole process. Kind of how their ancestors used to feed and take care of the land. We want them to be able to know how to do that.
They've gained support for their vision from churches all over the island, including Pava'a Community Church, University Avenue Baptist Church, and Fellowship Baptist Church.
I support them 100%. They're doing a really good job incorporating Hawaiian values and Christian values and making it a place where they can say that missionaries in the past did hurt the Hawaiian culture and community. But now, Ikaika and Stacy are creating a new hope, bringing these two sides together.
Their vision is to create a sanctuary for people to worship and have an open conversation about the blending of religious teachings in a safe place. For UHMTV, I'm Amber Khan.
Anywhere you go in Hawaii, you'll hear Pidgin. The U.S. Census Bureau even named Hawaiian Pidgin as an official language. Jordan Segundo has all the scoops.
Pidgin is a part of our culture here in Hawaii. No need to be shameful to talk Pidgin. Everybody does it.
Pidgin started as a form of communication among immigrant plantation workers in the 1800s. With an influence from the Hawaiian, Filipino, Japanese, Chinese, and Portuguese language, Pidgin was commonly used to help bridge the language barrier among the different cultures. By the 1920s, Pidgin became the primary language for a majority of the people living in Hawaii.
These days, Pidgin can be heard in conversations, in classrooms, and even in the media.
We get one stalled vehicle. This is on the H1 going to Kain, eastbound, right near that Waikele on-ramp.
Hawaii News Now traffic anchor and University of Hawaii graduate Lacey Denise recently posted a video of herself presenting the traffic report while speaking Pidgin. While the video was created just for fun, it went viral and was viewed more than 2 million times.
You know, our ancestors back in the day spoke different languages. And I think it's so neat how they figured out a way to communicate amongst each other. I mean, that's really amazing.
So whether you're reporting the traffic, talking with friends, or just trying to understand them, Pidgin is one thing that truly makes Hawaii special and unique. For UHM TV, I'm Jordan Segundo.
Well, as you might say in Pidgin, we're all pal.
That's it for this edition of UHM TV. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, aloha and a hui ho.
Aloha.